WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Congress has less than 2 weeks to cut a deal with the White House to avoid a government shutdown. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Victoria Bailey. Once again, the issue of immigration is shaping up as a major obstacle. Meg Oliver explains.
As the long holiday weekend came to a close Sunday, President Trump was focused on immigration. Mr. Trump tweeted, "Would be very smart if Mexico would stop the caravans long before they get to our southern border, or if originating countries would not let them form. It is a way they get certain people out of their country and dump in U.S. No longer." On Sunday, a group of migrants tried to breach a border crossing near Tijuana. U.S. Customs and Border Protection agents, backed up by police officers, braced for a confrontation. But Mexican police appeared to stop the group before any made it on to U.S. soil. The president says he's willing to shut down the federal government if Congress won't agree to pay for a border wall.
When we talk about wall funding, we're talking about border funding. We're talking about personnel. We're talking about a whole grouping of things that protect security. But what I don't think we should do is shut down the government, and that again is in his hands and his party's hands.
Of course, we don't want to see the border closed, but you know what? Safety of our nation comes first.
The federal government is funded through December 7th. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
Beginning at noon on Monday, November 26, Jackson Street Extended will be closed to through traffic from Air Park to Gun Club roads, of course, to allow a campaign stop at the Tupelo Regional Airport by U.S. Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith and President Donald Trump. Now, the road will remain closed until Air Force One leaves the area, and folks who work in that location will be allowed to come and go if they have proper identification. Now, the president is expected to arrive shortly before 4 p.m. Those driving their vehicles will park at the Tupelo Furniture Market on Coley Road. A bus will transport to the airport. Those planning to walk should go through the Jackson Street entrance. No parking will be allowed on the Jackson Street Extended Road to Coley Road. People attending will have to go through metal detectors, and tickets are required to enter this event. They are available online, and President Trump will leave Tupelo for a similar campaign stop in Biloxi that evening. A train accident leaves a Tupelo man injured today. Tupelo police were called out to the accident at about 1:45 p.m. on Park Street. Authorities say a pedestrian was struck by a train and suffered no life-threatening injuries. The train is delayed on the tracks from across town and Park Street to Elizabeth Street, waiting on investigators. Authorities advise drivers to take detours on Jackson Street or US 45 to avoid the delayed train. It's time now for our first look at our forecast. For that, we turn things over to meteorologist Jacob Dickey. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Victoria, we've got a front coming on through, dropping temperatures in some spots. Still seeing some 60s out there for Golden Triangle Airport and Columbus Air Force Base, down to 39 in Oxford as that front moves on through. Part of a very dynamic weather system here, centered over central Illinois, a blizzard ongoing in parts of central Illinois through Chicago now. We're on the south side of it, getting the cold Arctic air along this front as that continues to push on through our region. Ahead of it, 60s and 70s. Behind it, look at that, Memphis already at 42, down to 37 in Little Rock. Overnight tonight, temperatures will fall into the mid-30s with northwest winds 10 to 25 miles an hour, gusts even higher. You may have noticed that already. AM wind chills look to be in the teens and 20s. I've got more on the cold air coming up in just a few minutes.
Well, in Florida, Orlando police are investigating a deadly shooting. 2 people were killed and 2 others were seriously injured outside a Papa John's pizza shop. The victims were between 19 and 21, but their names have not been released. One person has been taken in for questioning, and it's unclear what led to the shooting. Well, an Alabama family is demanding accountability and justice after a police officer shot and killed a 21-year-old they thought was fleeing the scene of an altercation inside a Birmingham mall. Demonstrators gathered outside the mall through the weekend to demand answers. Kim Hutcherson has the story.
Thanksgiving will never be the same for me, because that's the day, that's the last time I saw my son.
A family mourning the loss of one of their own, Emantic Fitzgerald Bradford Jr. The 21-year-old was fatally shot by a police officer inside a suburban Birmingham, Alabama shopping mall on Thanksgiving night.
My son is gone. I can't get him back. But you vilified my son like he's a straight criminal.
Authorities claimed Bradford was involved in an altercation and opened fire inside the mall, injuring 2 people. Police initially said the officer shot Bradford because he was armed and appeared to be fleeing the scene. But just a day later, authorities changed their story. New evidence suggested Bradford likely did not fire the shots. Police say at least one gunman is still at large.
There's a murderer on the loose, largely because the police rushed to judgment.
The family, calling for accountability, said they have not heard from police in any regard.
It's flashed all over social media. There is no way that any parent should have to find out the death of their child.
Through the weekend, demonstrators gathered outside the mall to demand justice.
He loved people. He was not a killer.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Need help shopping for your kids? Mom to Mom will cover that after the break.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Victoria Bailey.
Welcome back, everyone. Cyber Monday begins tomorrow, and it's a day where shoppers can get various deals and specials online. It started in 2005 and has grown in popularity through the years. Our Cash Matlock stopped by the Lee Mall here in Columbus to take a look at why shoppers are leaning more towards online deals. Cash?
Well, according to ExpandedRamblings.com, Americans are expected to spend over $6 billion on Cyber Monday this year. And many shoppers are saying they prefer Cyber Monday over Black Friday.
Black Friday weekend was hectic. You gotta have money to spend money.
This Black Friday weekend was hectic. Malls, Walmart, especially Walmart, was packed. You had some people just going crazy. They did not wait at all for the designated time.
We were Christmas shopping for other people, and we ended up ourselves.
I would rather pay full price and sleep in than get a fight over a deal.
This is about round 3 for us on the shopping.
Thankfully, I was not a part out of some incidents because apparently some people got fights. And yeah, I'm over here. I'm not getting involved.
I've been to Abercrombie, Foot Locker. Do a lot of online shopping though, mostly. So I did get some other stores.
I prefer online mostly.
Yeah, I prefer Richmond Way and online.
I like to get out and just see the stuff, and it's just fun to go. We like to look at people.
The only thing we did was visit with family on Thursday, and I do all of my shopping online on Monday.
Definitely, definitely Cyber Monday shopping.
I like free shipping, and we get some really good deals on Cyber Monday.
I got this site called ASOS where I buy a lot of my gear. They got this 25% off gig going, so yeah, I'm gonna buy a lot of stuff from there.
Because you don't have to go to the stores and deal with the customers and not the crowd, and it's cheaper.
It's primarily gonna be more online because I don't have to have anyone over me kind of pushing me to buy something. I can take my time and actually decide, is this something that I really want?
I can do my shopping, like I said, in my pajamas at home. It's a lot more convenient.
Be careful out there. Just be careful. There are some real crazy people out there.
It's coming fast and it'll be gone quick.
Merry Christmas!
Well, last year, Cyber Monday went down as the largest online shopping day in U.S. history.
Well, since Cyber Monday is tomorrow, Christmas shopping is in full swing. In tonight's Mom to Mom, we discuss how to make Christmas shopping for the kids easier.
Today on Mom to Mom, I'm making Christmas shopping for your kids a little easier. I don't know if you all are like me, but I find myself in a state of confusion every year when trying to buy Christmas gifts for my kids. I always find myself buying toys and junk that they literally play with for one day and I never see again. So this year I'm switching things up a bit. I am trying to separate my gifts into specific categories. The first category is something they want. This is your big ticket item. This is your big gift from Santa. This is what they're going to be so surprised to see in front of the tree that morning. The next category is something they need, and this could be anything from a new soccer ball or a new basketball or something that they do in a specific hobby. The next category is something that they wear. Now this could be anything from a new coat for a specific brand that they love, or even Christmas pajamas that they wear the night before Christmas. The next category is something they read. This could be the next book in the big series that they're reading, or it could even be a magazine subscription that they receive every month throughout that year. And the last category is something they do. Now this could be anything from movie tickets, event tickets, or a fun family outing. These are just a few of the categories that I am choosing to focus on this year. And I'd love to hear what you guys do, what your thoughts and ideas are for your Christmas gifts. Connect with me on Facebook, and I'll see y'all next week.
Well, we are going to wake up in a different season tomorrow morning. The real feel of the Futurecast feels like here. Upper teens and low 20s by morning. Say goodbye to that warm air, but not for too long. There's still some warm weather in the forecast. I've got all those details for you coming up after the break.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
The Arctic invasion has begun. Temperatures are falling across the area. That cold front now just passing through Columbus. We can tell as those winds are shifting out of the south now more to the north and to the west. It's part of this dynamic system. Again, blizzard conditions in the Midwest. We're getting some showers ahead of it. Behind it, though, that blast of cold air is coming in our direction. Cool enough, we can actually use our radar right now to tell where that cold front is exactly. Notice this fine blue line right here that's coming on through right now through Columbus down towards Starkville and Louisville. As it slides from northwest to southeast, those temperatures are taking a tumble. 61 right now in Columbus, but that's not going to last much longer. Down to 54 in Starkville, 45 in Calhoun City. Oxford, we're down to 39 right now. A big contrast. Fall to the south and to the east, winter to the north and to the west. What we've all noticed is those winds, 10 to 30 miles an hour out there. The wind speed recorded at 32 in Amory recently, 27 in Calhoun City, 16 in Columbus. You will hear that wind overnight tonight. Gusts could be as high as 40. We'll rattle those windows, and perhaps maybe can't rule out a tree or two falling in some spots with some of the, if they're a bit weaker. But what we're going to do is bring in some cold temps here. That northwest wind by morning, temperatures down into the mid-30s across the area, even low 30s. A very chilly start to our Monday. Overnight tonight, we'll call the official low 35 in Columbus and in West Point and in Starkville, but those northwest winds will continue all night long, helping to bring in winter back into play. Now, when we add the wind to those temperatures, those lows tonight, this is what it's going to feel like at 7 a.m. Feel like 19 in Amory, 19 in Starkville, 17 in Pontotoc. A brutally cold start to our Monday. We don't get too much relief through the day either from the wind. Still seeing the wind all day long between 10 to 15 miles an hour. Gusts perhaps a little higher. Slowly subsiding through the evening, but lots of sunshine. That might be the one good thing that we see on Monday. It might feel a little warm out there, but still upper 40s for us. That's a bit chilly compared to this time of year. We should be in the low 60s. We'll get up to 47 in Columbus, 46 in West Point, Starkville, 47. Winona, 46 will be our Monday high. West Alabama, 48 in Vernon, 46 in Soligent. Reform will also get to 48. Mid-40s in Tupelo, 46 there, 47 in Amory. Pontotoc, 45. New Albany will get to 44 on Monday. As we look ahead here, we're staying cold for the next couple of days. Below
Highlights next in sports.
Your WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Well, Rivalry Saturday finished up last night, but definitely went on a lot longer than expected, and only because of one game. LSU at Texas A&M went to 7 overtimes, making it the 5th 7-overtime game in FBS history. Starting in the fourth quarter, because if we waited any longer, we couldn't get to all of the highlights. Joe Burrow to Foster Moreau, gets past the defender into the end zone for the touchdown. LSU taking the lead here 31-24.
to 24. A last chance effort for A&M to tie it up with under a minute to go. Kellen Mond drops the snap, gets hit, throws a pass that's intercepted by Grant Delpit. And everyone thinks, all right, the game is over. Let's get the Gatorade showers going on. But the replay would show otherwise, saying that Mond's knee was down when he went to pick up the ball, and the interception would get called back. The Aggies still with the ball here. Mond finds Courtney Davis right at the first down line. It was close, and the Aggies convert. And now 1 second left to go. Kellen Mond throws to Davis, who's going to haul it in for a leaping touchdown grab. And by some force of nature, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in overtime. And welcome to round one. Just prepare yourselves, folks. Mond's going to connect with Jace Sternberger. He's going to get hit, and the ball would come loose. And the Tigers ready there for the recovery. The play would get ruled incomplete. You can see here Sternberger heading upfield just as he turns. Officials overturning the call. Both teams score TDs. Now in third overtime, LSU leading. Mond heaves one to Kendrick Roberts, who has an incredible grab there for the touchdown. The Aggies get the needed 2 points, and now we're headed to OT round 4. But we'll move past that to round 5. LSU with the trick play. Clyde Edwards-Hilaire takes the pitch, finds Torrey Carter open in the end zone. Touchdown is there. The 2 point would be no good. The Aggies turn now. Mond buying some time, hits right, throws to Rogers with the grab to save the game. A&M wouldn't convert, and we'd get some more overtime in case you didn't have enough. 6 overtime, both touchdowns for both teams. 7th overtime. LSU gets a touchdown, but no conversion, and now the Aggies. Mond sends it to Davis for the tying TD. It's all 72 here, and the last chance for romance for the Aggies. They'd go for 2. Mond drops back, connects with Rogers for the winning touchdown. Aggies get the win, a crazy win in this one. Controversy from some of the play calling, but the final 74-72. A great game, the most points of a game in FBS history. But coming up, let's relive some more of some rivalry that we know right here in town. I've got some look backs at the Egg Bowl coming up next in sports. Stick with us. Well, the Golden Egg is back in Starkville for another year after the 35-3 victory for Mississippi State in the 91st battle for the Golden Egg. You can see the Bulldogs celebrating around and raising that Golden Egg up high in all of its golden glory. It was a Thanksgiving feast for the Bulldogs on Thanksgiving Day. And what a comeback for Nick Fitzgerald in this one, proving himself after a tough season and after that injury last year. A big way to end the season for the Bulldogs as they wait to find out what bowl they'll be playing in next weekend. But for now, they'll be celebrating an Ole Miss season came to an end.
You know, I know in a lot of ways, you know, this is the year we were building towards and all that stuff, and no one gets more disappointed when we lose a game than me. But I'm trying to get this program off the Haley's Comet plan and to get something a little more seasonal, right? One championship every 76 years. We want to get, and I understand, listen, we didn't perform up to standard in 4 of our games, but, you know, I know what it takes to get there. I'll fall back on the 4 championships that I've won. We're going to do things to continue to improve, and, you know, although it didn't meet our standard because we didn't win the championship, I thought we made a lot of positive strides this season, and it's a lot to build on for a bowl game in next season.
It's definitely been a roller coaster. You know, a lot has happened. You know, a whole lot in a year. It feels great knowing that we won the Egg Bowl. You know, we finished out the season strong. We could go have a great bowl experience. You know, obviously you never envision your senior year to kind of go up and down like it has this year. But you know, I learned a lot. You know, completely learned a new system, and you know, I think at this point, I think I've mastered it, and you know, that's hard to do in a year.
Whenever we play Ole Miss in person, it don't matter what the scoreboard is, every drive, we're trying to blow them out.
Although, you know, we lost, you know, a few games to, you know, some really good teams, you know, expectations were high. But, I mean, we feel like we fulfilled, you know, for what we did. We came out strong, finished the season strong, and I feel like no one can hang their head on the season. I feel like we all played a part, played a good role.
We've talked about adversity all the time, you know. Things don't never go the way, you know, it's planned to go. And, you know, from just saying that, like I said, from the coaching changes, you know, from the loss we have, we just bounce back. You know, we put our head down and keep working. And that just shows how much this team stay together and stick together, you know, no matter what we're going through. And I think that's just that's a great picture from us, you know, just show, you know, that, you know, no matter what, we're going to keep it going.
I'm really disappointed for the seniors. They've been through a lot, and I hate for them to go out this way. But I am grateful to those guys. They've been through a lot. We had several guys that came back. They had opportunities to leave. They didn't. They came back and they fought. And I'm really, really grateful to those guys. So as we move forward and move out of these sanctions and we start going to recruit in our plan to build this thing and get it back on track, I think those guys, when they come back, they'll have pride in knowing that they helped keep this thing together.
Well, in case you missed it, Ole Miss did end up firing their defensive coordinator, Wesley McGriff, the day after the Egg Bowl, so we can expect some coaching changes there coming in the next coming months. But some recapping basketball scores from this past weekend. The Ole Miss men suffered a loss on the road, 71-57 against Cincinnati. The Ole Miss women also having a tough loss in that one, 64-59 against St. John's. And then Mississippi State women, they got the dub, 105-38 versus Jackson State at home yesterday. They improved 6-0 record, and not only that, it was their fourth straight game with over 100 points this season. So the women for Mississippi State just dominating in that. That's going to be it for sports. We'll have your last look after the break. Stick with us.
Cold tonight, temperatures take a tumble with this cold front passing through. You'll notice the winds, northwest 10 to 20, gusts as high as 35. We stay cold for a few days. As cold as it will be tonight, tomorrow night, and Tuesday night look even colder, but there's some 60s still in the forecast.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jacob. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you next time.